with arms open wide, to God's full embrace I will bow. Does the song of life it sings me, singing deep.
I love this community. This is my spiritual home. I've been healed here. I've grown spiritually. And this is the place where my dreams have come true.
When I got into children's ministry, that had me completely involved in the church. So I was here learning as much as possible because I wanted to have as much as I could to offer the children. So it got me coming here all the time. And that's when I really fell in love with Unity.
I can't overstate how grateful I am to this community. I seem like I found a home that I can belong to. And the group sessions that we have here, one of my biggest things that I recognize that I want to realize that oneness. And the group environment that we conduct here, we always try to connect with that oneness.
And the song of love it brings me, all the peace my heart can hold. There's such beauty in life's melody, when I let God's song sing me, when I let God's song sing me, when I let God's song sing me.
What I think is so important that we recognize here at Unity of Tustin is that we really are a mystical, spiritual community. That is who we are. And how we hold that is through healing lives, building dreams, realizing God. We hold that consciousness here. We live it through the classes, the weekly classes that we teach. We have teachers here that
It's the same thing
are
when
amazing.
that you're actually coming to terms with things that we cannot understand with our mental mind, but we have to release into the process of faith and release into the process of living with paradox.
I have experienced as a congregant, as a staff member, and now as a minister, all that our community has to offer and all of the great sadhana, the great spiritual practice that comes from being involved in a spiritual community. I was raised in our youth and family ministry and got to experience attending Sunday school, and then later as I became a teenager, attending weekend retreats that they call rallies at camps and at other Unity churches. So being able to experience Unity through the lens of the youth and teen offerings was profound.
The way we remind the children who they are so that they won't forget is through prayer and meditation. Even the tiny ones do some form of meditation. And the other ones, the older ones, may do a guided meditation. We bring forth Unity's 5 principles, basic principles, and interweave them with the classes. They're hanging in all the classrooms. We try to take Charles and Myrtle Fillmore's lessons about the truth of who we are, and we bring those into the classroom every Sunday.
When I came on staff, one of my roles was to be the Youth and Family Ministry Director. So getting to foster that continued connection and ministry was so profound for me and how I showed up here at Unity of Tustin. And there are so many other opportunities just like that, like singing in our choir, like being a prayer chaplain, like serving in our bookstore. Our bookstore is a ministry. People come in and they're looking for a book. They're looking for a spiritual teaching, or they're looking to expand. Our bookstore servers and our bookstore manager, Meredith, this is where they can say, you know, here's a section. You know, What book calls to you? Where are you being drawn? That is a ministry.
We've recently started a men's organization here on this campus. It's called the Mutts. And the men that have joined this circle, they get to really see what it's like to be in trusting relationships with men. And it's a safe place for men to come and share what's going on in their lives without judgment. And the collective wisdom of a circle of men is so powerful, and you don't have to do it alone. Bring it to this circle and the men will support you.
This whole community allows each of us to express ourselves completely and fully in the gifts that we have. And you know, the music ministry here is a part of my world. I've taught many of the classes when Faith was young in the family ministry. But each one of us really can see our gifts flourishing, blossoming, growing. Whatever you want to do here, support it.
I've always been available in any way that I can possibly help, whether it would be sitting in and helping with daycare early on in my years, Sunday school, helping to clean Victoria House, you know, cleaning the gardens, whatever was needed, whatever was available.
When you step into service, when you say, "Here I am, God," the actual method or what you're doing is not nearly as important as the intention and the attitude and the love that is infused with everything that we do here. Hospitality, talk about love. Love is served every Sunday in hospitality. And it is a feast. It is a beloved feast where we can gather and check in and talk about what's happening on Sundays, talk about what's happening in our lives. How are we applying what we're learning and how are we growing? What a profound gift. And we get to see the kids play on the lawn and see what's happening at Unity and all of those beautiful pieces of what it means to be in community.
I participate in the community by coming here on Sundays, and then I'm also on the hospitality team, and I've been on that team for about 4 years now, so that's a way for me to come and to just work with people here, help serve the food, clean up, just get to know people on the team better and interact with people as they're enjoying hospitality, which I consider is another way for people to share in the community, is to share some food after service and get to know each other better.
Ushering is another beautiful way. If you're new or relatively new, and you want to meet people, sign up to usher. And prayer, your purpose is to pray with people, to hold that space with them, not because it's you as a person and an individual, but because you have an awareness of this connection that someone might need help remembering. There are so many ways that we serve. Beloved meeting beloved, Christ meeting Christ.
This is a spiritual community where God realization is very authentic and very real.
I guess what we're suggesting is that we're prayed up, and we're prepared to move into an interaction with someone else because we have prayed for love and peace and harmony beforehand.
The Unity of Tustin is one of the most unique places on earth that I'm aware of, without a doubt. And one of the beauties of it is it's so open, free of dogma. Anybody is welcome, as the sign says outside. Many paths, all are welcome. And what we have been so blessed with here is having within our own midst master teachers in the form of Marge, Carolyn, beautiful teacher. David now, I've always said we didn't have to go too far outside the church here to find master teachers and people who were able to take us by the hand and lead us to some very, very high places.
The light in your heart is the light of the world.
Because this is a campus of consciousness, and because there are so many entry points, people can come wherever they are, and they can find their unique place and begin exactly there, in their exact right place.
That's what we're here for, right? So you're right on track. There's a lot that you have to do to make your journey work and fit for you. I think Unity is not a path of, it's not easy, but it's a path that can really transform you if you let it.
It's almost a weight off of my shoulders to be able to have this place and come to a safe area where I am learning something new every single Sunday that I come. And I get to be surrounded by people that I love, and I feel really safe here, and it's a blessing to have this church here.
My dream is for this community to continue to grow and continue to thrive, to see young families come into the congregation and keep it vibrant and healthy, and at the same time see the consciousness of the entire community continue to rise and to be all-inclusive. I think the goals are similar. As a board president, sometimes it's a little more intellectual and in your head, and as a congregant, it's a little more in your heart, but the trick for me is just to move those two together and have that vision and that goal from both the head and the heart.
We're moving into we space, and what that means is that it becomes so important. It's not I am that, although it is that. It's also you are that. And it is more than that. It is we are that.
I've seen this expansiveness that I haven't seen anywhere else, especially in a Western context and especially within the Unity community. We have something that just has a unique note to it. So the common thread that I've seen is that there's this synergy that occurs when we really are living a life committed to spiritual practice in a very beautiful and harmonious way.